Shalom. All praises to the Most High, Hanoka said. Praise be to the earthly mother, the Pachamama, and all of her earthly angels, the Erkadeshoi. Praise be to the Holy Spirit, the Kahe, in the name of his only begotten Son, Motsah the Lamb, unification to the nation. So there's been a lot of talk about, getting off the coast. And, I've seen theories about this for a very long time. And I generally believe them. But the thing is that the Most High has not put me in a position to get off the coast. So do I worry about it? No. Because the Most High, Anoka said, is not going to give me more than what I can handle, and he's not going to do it to you either. So if he has not made a way for me to leave the coastline, then I'm going to sit right here. I'm not going to try to do anything. I'm going to keep going about my daily life. I'm going to keep trying to grow spiritually. But you're going to see some of these so-called prophecies that people are having. Some could be true, some might not. I don't know. I don't really care. But, I'm just saying this because there's been a lot of talk on it. And I think whatever the Most High is, pushing you to do, I think you should do it. He isn't really telling me to move, so I'm not really going to move. And if you read the books of remembrance, you'll understand that the Most High, he lets you know exactly when he moves. When he moves, it's like you're in darkness and thunder strikes. You'll know. We always know. You have things where you say, well, yeah, that came from the Most High, right? And it could be something very small, because it's not just about the action that takes place. It's about the spirit behind the action. He lets you know. That brother Big Judah, he released a video the other day. And, he's making plans to go and have some sort of land to congregate on. And I did send him an email and asked him really to clarify, and he did. And honestly, now I don't really have an issue with what he's doing. I would just hope that he doesn't end up like another person and use it to bolster himself up. But according to him, that's not his goal. So hopefully that is the case. But anytime someone makes a proclamation, you need to keep their eye on them at all times. Like you need to keep your eye on yourself. You should always self-reflect and judge yourself, let alone other people. So he's no different. Do not put any man on a pedestal to think that they are above being viewed, being scrutinized. That's not true. I don't care if they don't want to scrutinize themselves. You scrutinize them. But, Big Judah seems to have a lot more humility and maturity than other people. So I would hope that, this is definitely something from the Most High. And this is something that he is in charge of. As long as he is in charge of something, I have absolutely no problem with it. And I'm not about to tell people not to do something, because I'm not that arrogant to say that. That all being said, do not, if anything is coming in a spirit of fear, that is not coming from the Most High. I keep saying this time and time again. The Most High is not going to put us in this position or allow us to be in this position where we can't do anything. We are financially poor, as he said, as Big Judah said in the last video he released last night. We are financially poor. The Gentiles are the ones with the money. So he's not going to put us in a position where we need to support ourselves, and if we can't, then we're gonna die. No, that is carnal and that's stupid. Other brothers push that. I don't say that. But that's what I mean. If you are not in a position, or if you are in a position, just do what the Most High is pretty much calling you to do. Some people, he's calling to labor and get some land. Some people he's not. But altogether, he's going to save them both. So do not worry. The spirit of fear is semi-haza. That is not the Most High. Let me say it again. The spirit of fear is semi-haza. It is not the Most High. Even if you're wicked, you shouldn't have a spirit of fear. You should want to exercise your gift of repentance if you are a wicked person. But the wicked fear the Most High because they're doing something wrong. Are you doing something wrong? if you're not doing anything wrong, or you're coming with a spirit of humility, not necessarily doing something wrong, but it's all about humility, then you have nothing to fear. Why are you afraid of your father for? Nothing to fear. But anyway, I wanted to play this video because he says some interesting things, and if anyone is interested, they can listen to it. And I wanted to cover this because I'm pretty much trying to give people or take out that spirit of fear that some people could have regarding everything that's going on. I am literally next to the Atlantic Ocean here in Brooklyn, New York. I am not afraid of whatever is coming. The Most High is going to protect me. If he tells me to move last minute, I'll move. If he tells me stay put, the water's not even going to touch your house, I'm staying put and the water's not going to touch my house. But anyway, let's play this video.
Of sand, and it was posted on the 4-4 Prophecy news site on the 28th of September 2020. This is how it starts. When the tide goes out, you can play on the beach. You can walk freely on the shore. When the tide comes in, you retreat back inland. When the storm rages, you stay at home. I am sending a rock. It will land in the waters off your eastern coast, O America. The tide will suck the water far out past your view. But it will be too late to flee your shoreline, as the tide, when it comes back, will be a mountain of water. Get off both coasts now, my children. I'll repeat that. Get off both coasts. I'm talking about America now, my children. Pray for discernment, for those that are right with me will be saved. They will not die the eternal death. But so many of you will be lost that day and the days that follow. The incredulous will be caught unawares and perish in their sins in the millions. O you perverse generation, how long must I suffer your rotten souls? Be ready, move now, save your lives and families, for the sorrows are on the horizon. And that's the end of the message. That's a very powerful message, that one.
So pretty much this person is saying some sort of prophecy that has been bestowed upon them. Whether it's true or not, it does not matter. It doesn't matter because you're not supposed to be focusing on survival. You're supposed to be focusing on getting right with the Most High. The same way how you're not necessarily supposed to be focusing on, your provisions and your land and whatever. If that's what's on your heart, fine. If you want to prep for something, fine. Maybe that's just the Most High pushing you to do it for some other reason. But that reason is not survival. You're not prepping to survive. You're prepping because the Most High wants you to prep. But if you're prepping to survive, you're not going to survive because that's not how you survive. You have to really read the context of the scriptures. People read the scriptures, but they don't understand the scriptures. When it says that we don't live on bread and water, we live on the word. What is that trying to say? When it says take no thrift for tomorrow, when it says these things, there's a spirit behind it. There's a message. There's context. We're supposed to be focusing on getting right with the Most High, with getting right with his angels, and having them recognize us as being righteous. But that can only be done by us cleaning up spiritually. And that's why living on a singular piece of land that has not been ordained by the Most High does not and will not work. Now, if you're just going there to congregate and then you don't have to see each other for a few months, okay. I don't see a big deal with that. People do that all the time. Instead, they're just people are just buying land and coming together. I don't see anything wrong with that. But as long as you're not living and presiding over a piece of land and being its king, being its elder, and having your church as a headquarters, no, because people get their heads gassed up. People start to think that they're more than who they are. People call themselves names and titles and do a bunch of wickedness. It turns into a big high school, turns into a clique. He said, she said, It's a bunch of nonsense, and it's going to happen, and it will happen. So that doesn't work. Plus, people are all on different levels spiritually. You're going to have people who are not as patient as other people. People who are not as compassionate as other people. People who are not as kind as other people. If I'm being real with you, I don't want to be around no liberal women. I don't want to be around no weak-willed men. I don't. I want to be around the cream of the crop, and I want to be the cream of the crop. That's why I'm focusing on getting myself right spiritually, so that the Most High will allow me to be gathered with His favorite, so I can also be one of His favorite. I'm not concerned with coming together and playing Israelite. But if that's what the Most High wants us to do, I'm all for it. I just need to know that the Most High is ordaining it. But yeah, owning land, that's not going to work. So don't worry about everything that's really coming. Only worry about it if, you know, if it's being done for a reason, or you understand what's supposed to happen. Like, you understand that we're supposed to be gathered to a singular place. But if the Most High puts it on your spirit, you know, pray about it, ask about it, and see if that's what He wants you to do, and not Satan trying to instill fear in your heart. Do not move out of fear. That is one of the worst things you can do. Because if you're moving out of fear, you're moving out of a lack of faith. And a lack of faith is literally a prayer to Satan. So don't pray to Satan. Let's watch this this other clip, this other prophecy that he says, because it was very interesting.
The ways will be affected. If you saw my video about his remnant, but a little bit from an older message from Brother Byron. So I won't read all of it, but part of it, because this prophecy has come true. Because a lot of people are saying, you know, his prophecies, you know, what prophecies have come true. Here, I just want to show one of them. It's called Terminal People, and it was released on June the 20, 2017. And this is what it says. I'll read part of it, and I'll leave a link so you can read all of it, and I'll link to the other message also in the comments section. This is what it says, part of it. Trump is doing what I have called him to do. He is bringing judgment on America. Trump will make agreements with the Canaanites and give away land for peace. I will split his land and allow her enemies to come in. So it shows there, even
very interesting. Who's Canaan? I keep asking y'all to still think that Canaan are Hamites. Sorry to burst your bubble. Canaan are other so-called white people, quote unquote. Because white people are not all one people. No, they're not all Edom. No. But anyway, I hope this message was edifying, and I hope it helped someone. Trust in the Most High and pray. Your teachers are alive, not dead. You can ask your Father, and He will answer you. Do not depend on the scriptures alone. Depend on the Most High. The scriptures are supposed to lead you back to your Father. It's not supposed to be your father. Peace be unto you. Shalom. Selak Allah.